Okay, this is our project for intermediate colors. We'll be mixing intermediate colors. Here's also our handout for you to go by in case you have any questions. Be sure to view my tutorial on intermediate colors. The first thing we're going to do is make a grid so that we can put the colors in each square. Then we'll put a shape in the middle. This has several shapes. You only need to put one. I have the shapes here for you to use to cut out, to lay on there, already cut out. Let's start with the grid. On your paper it says that there's 4.5 inches. You can zero in on this if you can, so they can see this. We'll put the 18-inch ruler along our 18, you got it down here? Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're going to find 4.5 on our ruler. There's a 4 and a 5, so the long line in between the 4 and the 5 is where the 4.5 mark is. It's easier if you just move your ruler over here and put 4.5 again. If you would like, you could move it here, 4.5 and 4.5 is 9, so you could put the 9 here. And this one should be 4.5, and it is. Okay, so this does work. You're going to do the same thing at the bottom so that you can connect the lines. 4.5, 9, and then if you add 9 and 4.5, would be 12.5. And no, it wouldn't.
13.
13.5. Okay, math is not my forte. So then we should have 4.5 here, and we do. Awesome. Now we're going to connect the lines. You make sure that it's on the line. So you're going to make your lines. I guess we'll use this since my pencil broke. You're going to go on that line so you can get it nice and straight. Now, since these rulers are a little crooked, if you really want a nice straight line, go ahead and get the straight edges that I cut for you on our previous lesson. All right, so now we got the 4.5. Now the side, according to this, is 4 inches. There's a 4-inch here. There's 3 with 4 inches. So now we're going to do the same, only we're going to be doing 4 inches instead of 4.5. We got 4 and 8 and then 12. Good. Now we're going to do it over here with the 4 and the 8. Now all we do is lay it here and connect the lines once again. Very good. It's easier if you take your fingers and hold the ruler down with your hands spread apart and put your pencil straight up and down and bring it down the ruler. Voila, we have a grid. Now we're going to take, our circles and put it all in here in the middle. Now I'm not going to do all of them right now because I want to show you how to mix the intermediate colors. One of the hardest colors to mix is the lime green. It's because, like you experienced with the shade, when you put the dark color in with the light color, the dark color wants to take over. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how we do that. You know you want to put the what? Dark and the light. So we use our little, the paint on our palette. You're gonna first put one of the yellows is gonna be pure. You're gonna have your primary, your secondary, and your intermediate colors, each one on there, as you can see in the color wheel that you have in front of you. So here we have the yellow. Now we're just going to put a tiny little drop, almost like you do when you make your shades that you already made. Now your goal is to look at the color and say, is that green or is that yellow? If you can't tell, then you'll want to put, to me that looked too green, but I want it to be yellow green, so I'm going to add some more yellow in there until it looks like it's not yellow and it's not green. And that's what that looks like. There's a chart in front of the room. If you're confused, you want to compare your color with the one in front of the room, feel free to go on up there. Now our goal now is to do an outside with the yellow green and an inside shape with the yellow green. So here's our inside shape. Let's say this one already, so you can go anywhere you want. Say this one has a circle in it, and you do that one with yellow green. So you will have your primary, your secondary, and your intermediates on here, one on the outside, one on the inside. The reason I'm having you put different ones on different areas is because I want you to see how the color changes its look when you put one color next to another color. We haven't really talked about that much yet, but this is kind of an introduction for that part of it. All right, thank you for listening. Enjoy your mixing colors.